To the library. Please finish reading one story.
I have $4.36. The 36 cents is from Year of Book of War.
All right, so my mother is Sunni, my father was Shia. This is the way it used to be. Are you listening?
Yeah.
Bring the kitten here so you can listen closer. This is the way it used to be before we became divided. Sunni and Shia, no difference, no enemies. We left Iraq in July of 2003, just a few months after the invasion. Tell you what, why don't you read? Our father was working with the foreign ministry at the time, so he was part of the government of Saddam Hussein. At the time of all the bombing, he was stationed in Djibouti at the Iraqi embassy there. We were living with just our mother. I have two older brothers, Saeed and Ahmed, who are now 20 and 19.
Oh, Saeed?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that one of your friends?
I do remember that name. Who?
Yeah, we ran into him walking, and he was scared he was gonna get mugged. Yeah.
Where was this?
At near the gas station. Remember your friend, computer guy, gun guy too?
Oh, Sandy.
Oh, Sandy.
No, Sadi.
Sandy, yeah.
Sadi, yes. It was dark. My son and I scared him because we were carrying a pizza and we didn't know each other, so that's how we became friends. Asustamos al señor que vende pistolas.
¿Por qué?
We were
Él-
walking con pizza, and he was like.
¿Pero ustedes le hablaron?
Sí, yo hablé porque vi la reacción de él. Entonces dije, we're carrying a pizza. Algo así le dije yo.
¿Y es que fuiste a la tienda, pues?
Él me dijo, nunca en tantos años ha habido alguien en mi portón cuando lo estoy cerrando.
Oh, él estaba cerrando.
Sí,
Oh.
it was just getting dark.
It was 8 o'clock.
Él es un viejito.
¿Y vos estabas atrás de él cuando le hablaste?
Él casi nos pasa el carro.
Él estaba en el carro entonces.
Hace como tú cuando tú cierras tu portón. Se baja del carro, ¿verdad? Pero él retrocedió y yo dije, hello. Algo así dije yo. Porque ahí estábamos. Y si él continuaba, pues nos daba.
¿Y no vieron ustedes que estaba encendiendo el carro?
Nadie lo pone en la acera. Excepto él. Porque él no puede salir de la tienda.
Oh.
No, es una calle principal, hay muchos carros.
That's a crazy eye.
The bombing was a terrible time. How would you feel? We were all crowded together in one room. If anything hit our house, we wanted to know where everyone was. We wanted to be able to get to each other. We huddled together and waited to die. Overhead, we heard the aircraft, felt the ground shake, heard the world around us exploding. People watch war in the movies and they think they know what it's like. They don't know. If they knew, they wouldn't allow it to happen. Only very sick, bad people would want to make a war. Paul Bremer came to Iraq and said, we will make de-Baathification, removing the Baath Party. So everyone who ran the country before the Americans came was fired. The Americans didn't understand that people didn't have a lot of choice about joining the Baath Party. You joined it if you wanted to get a job in your profession. A lot of good people joined, just like my parents. We managed to stay a few more months in Baghdad until people started making death threats against us. We heard rumors at first, then a group of men in masks came to our house. They told us to get out or we would die. Even then, we didn't want to leave. Iraq is our home. Why should we leave our home? Then, the man came again to our house and yelled and shot guns at our feet. Not to shoot our feet, but to scare us, to give us one final message to get out. This time we left. We joined our father in Amman. I didn't like leaving Iraq, but at this time I was happy to be in Amman because my father was with us. He was away from us so much with his work that I didn't often get to see him. So to be able to spend so much time with him, even though we were in exile, was wonderful. I was very close to my father. As the youngest of his children, I was special in his heart. This young lady is 16 years old now.
¿A qué edad escribió ese libro?
2009, let me look. She is being interviewed, 2009. So 16 at 2009. In 2001, she was 8 years younger. She was 8 years old when the war started.
Wow.
In 2006, my father went alone.
¿Y a qué edad escribió el libro? Los 16.
16. She's being interviewed by a lady named Deborah Ellis. Pero Deborah Ellis also interviewed children of the soldiers of the United States. And what did they say, son?
They said house, like, wait, wasn't that another book?
It was another book, but by the same lady.
Yeah.
What advice do you give to other children of military families?
Nothing, because my dad died. Something like that.
I don't have any advice to give. I'm no longer a military child. My dad is dead.
Muere.
Darn it.
But they also had Disney for 2 weeks, and they would see their dad. Oh, I saw my dad when I was 10. Then I saw him again for a few months when I was 12. I think I'll see him again by the time I'm 13 or 14. Yeah, 14. What kind of a life is that? You don't even see your children. In 2006, my father went alone back to Baghdad, leaving us behind in Jordan. Time had passed, and he thought it would be safe. We were running out of money where we were, and he went back to deal with some of our property so that we could pay our bills and keep on eating. He also needed medical treatment, which was too expensive in Jordan. He kept in touch with us by telephone as he moved from one relative's house to another. He thought it was safe, but he wasn't taking any chances. My oldest brother went back to Baghdad to be with our father, to look out for him and help him. What a mistake. It was not enough. Our father was kidnapped in May of 2006. For a while, we heard nothing. What happened to the dad, son?
Got kidnapped.
Then the kidnappers called our relatives and said, "You will find him in the morgue." My brother went to look. Yeah, the building where they have the dead people.
Oh no.
My brother went to look, but our father wasn't inside the morgue. He was outside of it, lying on the ground on a rubbish heap on the street. He had a bullet hole in his head.
Oh my God.
My brother tried to get back into Jordan, but he wasn't allowed. They said, "You have no legal residency here. You have no papers allowing you to enter." Even if he had papers, they probably still would have said no. Jordan is a country that doesn't like to let in young Iraqi men in case they turn out to be terrorists. Now my brother is in Egypt. We can't go there to visit him because we will not be allowed back into Jordan. And he cannot come here and visit us, so we are separate. And my mother wears a widow's black. Wears widow's black. My other brother earns a bit of money for the family by jumping from job to job, helping people in the market, cleaning, hauling things,
Pobrecito.
jobs like that. He never works at one place for a very long time because he's afraid the immigration police will catch him and deport him back to Iraq.
Wow.
I'd like to be able to finish my schooling and do something about my life, but I don't know how it will be possible to do that the way we live now. The important thing is to try to get the family united again. That won't happen in Jordan. One of my dreams is to become very educated and very capable and to someday establish some sort of organization to take care of children who have suffered in war. Many have suffered much more than I have, but I have some understanding of what they go through, how they feel their world is taken from them. We have applied for asylum to the United States. They have accepted us, at least to this stage. So now we have to just wait.
I don't feel good.
It's possible that we may soon be living in America. My mother hopes that my brother can join us there. She says, if my son is there, and we are there, and we are all together, that's all we need to be happy. But I don't know. I don't know how I will feel about living in America. seeing the American flag every day. These are the people who destroyed my country. And they are over there across the ocean living a good life. They destroy things, then they forget about it and have a good supper and watch television. And I will be among them and I will have to get along with them for the good of my family. I don't know if I can do it. I have nothing in common with American children. How could I? They are raised up with peace and fun and security. They have nothing to worry about. We are raised up with war and fear. It's a big difference. They won't know how to talk to me, and I will have nothing to say to them, except maybe that they should keep their soldiers at home. But I'll have to find some way to make it work, for the sake of my family. To be together is the important thing, and if we can have that, the rest we will figure out. I imagine we will feel very much like strangers, with a different language, different religion. American soldiers have died in my country, and maybe the Americans we meet will blame my family for those deaths. They won't see us as people. I don't think they will like us, and I don't think we will like them. But at least my family will be together. To tell you the truth, I try not to think about it. Thinking about it makes me anxious. The Americans cut down trees in my country, and we will be looking at trees still standing in America. The Americans bombed our bridges, and we will be walking across bridges still standing in America. They killed children in my country, and we will be going to school with children who have never known troubles. I don't like to think about it. Some people think that if you are Iraqi and you are still alive, that your troubles are over. They don't see the other kind of damage. For example, this whole building is full of Iraqis, but we don't talk to each other. There is no trust. The war destroyed that too. Half of them used to be, or some of them used to be soldiers, the dads, and others used to be translators for the United States soldiers. So now the children don't talk to each other. If I had the power to make the world better, first, there should be peace. To make peace, I would not let anybody make money from selling tanks and guns. If no one could make money that way, they'd have to find some other way to make money. Next, I'd remove all the evil and hatred from the hearts of people, so no one would want to hurt anyone else. That's what I would do if I had the power.
That's triste.
It is sad.